Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
We can't allow any further delay.
Well, hello and welcome to the First Alert Weather Podcast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson. It is Wednesday, September 17th. Yay, I got it right the second time. And we are here at Fox 12. I'm joined by two of my coworkers. We've got Payton. How are you doing, Payton Major?
Doing good. How are you, Mark?
Very good. And
I do have
Camila
to say.
Ortiz. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah,
No, you go.
introduce Camila.
No.
Go ahead. What's your thought?
Everybody knows
Mark,
Camila.
you're on day 10?
Oh, this is the long stretch.
No.
Oh, that's right.
But yes,
It
you're
is
on
day
day 10 in
yeah.
a row.
Ooh.
Day
So we'll
10.
cut you some slack.
No, it's like, I'll be fine. But thank you. That's nice of you.
Anyway, okay. Introduce Camila.
Camila, meteorologist, fresh meteorologist.
Hello.
Look,
Yes.
Hot off the press.
oh my gosh, that cup is huge, or is it just close to the camera?
We all need one of those. I feel like every meteorologist should
Yes.
have a cup like that.
When I saw this, by the way, if you're listening, it says, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Instantly, I was like, this screams meteorologist.
That is
And
really
I
good.
will fight for my forecast every day.
Yeah.
Fighting for you, their First Alert forecast.
So, yeah.
Love
All right,
that.
well, we think we've got our act together this week. We've got all our audio issues fixed. This is going to be an action-packed podcast. Once I get it going here, I got to hit the little share button, and hopefully everything shows up correctly. Are you two enjoying the weather so far? Good stuff?
Yes. Although
So,
I will
yeah.
say yesterday, a little too hot. Were we just shy of 90 degrees?
It was a little
89.
on the warm side,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
I don't know about that in mid-September, but otherwise, no complaints.
Yeah. You can see the graphic, right? We can all see each other correctly.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right, so we're going to cover in this episode the rainfall. It rained Sunday. That was exciting. Almost ruined Camilla's little birthday party.
Yeah,
the
it
little
sure
Enzo,
did
but
rain.
it didn't. Did not.
It didn't. It just ruined my hair. That's all it ruined.
Well, yeah, it's rain. Yeah, we needed the rain.
It's okay.
We're going to talk about the fall equinox. Wait, was I supposed to do the fall equinox graphics? or
Wait,
are
you
they
know
in
what?
there?
I did not put anything in there about the fall equinox, but we'll just talk about it.
Well, somebody just Google it, and I know when it
That
is.
was my bad. I know. I think I know the details.
We'll just go off the top of the dome. It's fine.
It's either 11:17 or 11:19, I think, on Monday morning, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. We'll cover it. Pipe in when you get it. I know you're Googling it right now. AI can tell you. You don't need us. And it'll be wetter next week. Notice I added a question mark, Payton, because we've had a little last minute kind of tweak to the models. Yeah, that's a tease for you right there. Term of the week should be a fun one. It involves birds.
Ooh.
And we're going to compare, Farmers' Almanacs. It's so
Ah.
sad.
They
And
try their best.
Yeah, we got some viewer photos as well. So it rained. How exciting! 63/100 of an inch of PDX.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wasn't that nice?
0, dumped Sunday morning, the morning of my son's first birthday party, back to 0.
It was done by after 11 a.m. It did not rain at PDX.
true.
Unfortunately, somebody decided to start the birthday party at 10 a.m.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It was fine for the party, which is great. It's just setting up, carrying all the coolers, in the pouring rain.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring you plums today. Remember, I told you I should have brought you plums that day, and I did have them, but I was in the parking lot, didn't want to walk back, so I just gave them to Riel and her family instead.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh.
You owe me
Maybe
plums.
plums tomorrow. Okay, am I going to get
We
kicked
share
off?
a lot of produce
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
we
in the
great.
do.
weather center.
And leftover cake.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Mhm.
PDX. So here's the deal. PDX had what I say, 64, 63/100.
Mm-hmm.
I think Scappoose and Kelso had less than 1/10 of an inch or less than 1/4 of an inch. So some spots did not get a soaking.
Yeah.
Some
Wow.
spots had more. Look at Newport,
Mm.
Lincoln City,
Dang.
Wilsonville,
That's
Salem.
impressive.
It's a
Salem
All an
juicy
inch or
one.
more.
Yeah.
It was a juicy one. Silverton just slid right under at 99/100 of an inch. So that's nice. That really, kills fire season briefly, at least. Good to see at the end of the fire season. Right at the end of the fire season here. And so for the month, we're almost up to what we had last year. Last year we had about 3/4 of an inch. We've had 4 drier than normal Septembers. But before that, we had some really wet Septembers. One of those was a 2019. I think 2019, maybe that was the one where the last week of the month was really wet.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see what we get up to. So I said that this was our first fall soaking. I know in some places it wasn't, but considering we see more rain coming this Sunday, a week later, I'm gonna officially within the First Alert Weather Center, not with the Weather Service. I'm going to officially say, okay, that was our first fall soaking, half an inch or more.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So that's where the little chart goes that's where the little bar goes for this year. We'll see what happens next year.
So the earliest in the last several years, it looks like. Last
yeah,
5,
it is.
6. Yeah.
And I think the point is most years we get some sort of soaking in September. What would it be? 100 minus 17, 83% of years it happens in September.
There you go.
Every once in a while it's happened in August, which is really rare, but it does happen. So the effect was we had the rain killed with the big fire plumes, knocked down the fires quite a bit. And this was the view on Tuesday, the 16th. Look at that. Totally clear skies. And yet I lied. Well, two things. One is the blue dot is for people that can't find Portland. Okay.
Yep.
And then I was wrong. There was a tiny fire plume here east of Sweet Home.
Small. Oh, I see that.
But yeah.
It's tiny.
Any thoughts on that?
Not really. I mean, it looks fake, but I guess you're right. I mean, it was beautiful on Tuesday and hot.
Well, I did put it on Facebook. Did you see some of the comments on Facebook?
No. Do
I even need to say, just some of the comments are like, oh, they must not be.
You can go look if you.
No,
they
you
must
share
not be
some
spraying today. They must not be spraying today.
Oh, no.
And I said, no, and somebody said, oh, that's because there were no planes flying today. And I'm like, well, no, there's still the same planes flying. If you look at the PDX inbound and outbound, the same. Yeah, all flights were still going today. Nothing was different. There was just no moisture overhead to produce cloud.
Yeah. Oh, I love social media sometimes.
Oh, God. So look at what happened. We got that east wind, first good east wind event of the season. That was on Tuesday, the 16th yesterday, and pushed the coastline, 89 to Astoria, 91 at Tillamook.
Crazy.
Man, models did really well with this, the timing. They were showing like it would switch earlier in the day at Newport, and sure enough, it did. So that capped you folks out at about 80. And PDX was 89, Salem 93, so that's pretty darn warm. I believe Salem either broke a high temperature or tied. I think Eugene may have tied, and Astoria broke a daily record. Not for the month, but a daily record.
Yeah. Toasty.
Yeah, real warm stuff. And right now the month is running about 2 degrees above average for the month. That's averaging the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
So the lows have been, I don't have the lows here, but they've been really warm too. All right, so we're going to jump into, did you get the official equinox time, Peyton?
Oh, you wanted me to Google it?
Well, I thought somebody was Googling it. I'm busy.
No,
I'm slaving away running these graphics. I can't do everything around here.
I could have Googled it.
I've been doing everything in this weather center. Just kidding.
It's 11:19 a.m. on
Didn't
Monday.
I say that? I said 11:17.
Yeah, you said 18 or 19.
I knew it was in the
Spot
teens.
Almost like you've done this a few times.
Yeah. So
yeah,
11,
okay,
19.
fall equinox. Basically, that's when the Earth's axis becomes almost parallel to the sun, equal amount of daylight and nighttime. And then the sun starts to focus its attention on the southern hemisphere, and we get a little cooler and shorter days.
And it's funny because at that point, the sun is halfway down to its winter position, so it's pretty weak, actually.
Yeah.
Basically, we're living off the warmth from the land is still warm and the atmosphere is still warm from the summertime, and the sun's not contributing much.
Yeah.
This time of year.
I've noticed in September, this is really bad because I feel like you should wear sunscreen all the time. But I've noticed that on my bike rides, I can get away with not putting on sunscreen in September.
Right.
And you cannot get away with that in August.
Well, think about it this way. Would you put on sunscreen on March 21st? Maybe if you're in the mountains, but you wouldn't think of it too much. We're about almost out of sunscreen season. But you're right. I'm sure if we had a doctor on, a dermatologist.
Still not great.
Really
a dermatologist is emailing you right now, Camila.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm not burning, so that's good.
That's good. We don't want you burning.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, so time for some 500 millibar charts to show you what's headed our way. So right now, this is how it looks. We have this 500 millibar. Oops, there we go. We have a big H, which is high pressure. Okay, did somebody just pour water? Did I hear a fluid?
I just took a drink. Was it really that loud? Oh my God.
No, I have
really
headphones
big
in here.
Bottle, I guess.
No, I have really loud headphones.
Oh,
someone just pour liquid.
Jeez, I won't do that again.
Did I hear the gulp? All right, so high pressure centered. There's kind of a ridge right in here. And Peyton, last week, Camila and I talked about, like on weather maps, sometimes we put the little Z thing or the little zigzag thing for a ridge where there's ridging. Had you ever seen that before? I don't remember if they talked about that in college.
I've seen the tropping, but the ridging, no.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that in any of my classes either.
Yes, that's ridging. Maybe it's just an old dude
school
thing. Old school. So there we go. So kind of a ridge here to our east. We actually have a little trough swinging by. Even though our 3-day forecast is like amazingly nice, there is an upper level trough swinging by right now. It's weak, but it's there. And as it goes by, it's pushing the marine air inland tonight. That's why we think tomorrow morning, maybe when you're listening to this podcast on Thursday morning, there'll be some marine clouds, but it's such a thin marine layer. We think it's mainly east side of the metro. I was looking at the WRF 1.33 kilometer and our own graph, which is a 4 kilometer model resolution, and you could see it on both of those. We'll see. So then I got really crazy with the zigzags here. So this is Thursday. This is tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday evening. So 24 hours later, here's the trough moving by to the over us. It's interesting because at one point, I believe many days ago, we were thinking this would be a whole trough that would move through and cool us off dramatically later this week.
Yeah.
I believe that was the case like 5-6 days ago. Yeah, which might play
It's
into something similar may happen next week, as you'll see. That's my little tease coming up here. So you kind of have this weak ridging here still. There's new ridging building in here. So this trough just isn't doing that much except giving us a push of marine air. By the time we get to Saturday, so this is another day and a half, ridging has built in here, and the other trough is just it's just sitting down here as an upper level low well off the California coastline. So we still have on Saturday, midday, 580 heights. That's pretty good for a weekend in September. May not be cloud free, but probably some high clouds, pleasant temps, 70s, maybe 80, 77. Any complaints?
I'm good with that.
Okay. So then this is the Euro operational model. So then I decided let's go to the ensemble, which is the average of all the Euro members. This is actually hot off the press. Well, there aren't really many newspapers nowadays, unfortunately, but hot off the media.
Hot off the interwebs.
Yeah, that's good. Really good. Well played. So this is the European ensemble. So this is really interesting. This is where we've started to see a change here the last 24 hours. Euro has a 588 heights over Portland next Tuesday. And this is the ensemble average. This isn't just the operational. It's basically sending upper level. I don't have a wider view that works well here. So it's sending more energy. Things are kind of splitting around us and going, there's the upper level low still sitting there off the California coast on Tuesday. So it appears to pump up this ridge. Now that's the Euro ensemble. Let's go to the GFS. See how the ridge is much weaker. Heights at that point are only 579. So this would imply the GFS is like, well, some clouds, maybe a shower late Tuesday or Wednesday. Pretty interesting, huh? Usually the ensemble averages nowadays only, 4 days out, 5 days out? Usually they're closer. So a little disagreement here.
Interesting.
But it appears to me, I'm not wish casting. The Euro looked more like, Euro looked like the GFS yesterday, and it's been pumping up the ridge now with each run. Each run has gotten stronger. So I think here's another way to look at it. This is it. Let's go a little farther out. So this is from Tuesday. This is the average of Tuesday through the following Sunday. So a 5-day average ending Sunday the 28th, the GFS ensemble. This is the anomaly. So the cooler colors are below average heights. Warmer colors are above average heights, 500 millibars, same level in the atmosphere, around 18,000 feet. So this is the GFS ensemble average right here. And it says, ooh, this is kind of a cool, maybe wet pattern for us, right? Second half of next week. Look at the Euro.
Wow, very different.
What do you see?
Yeah, they've had that
GFS
trough all the way out in the ocean. Yeah.
And it's far weaker. Look at the anomaly.
Yeah, totally.
So when I was looking, and so when I was looking here during the 6 o'clock show, somewhere between the dog walk forecast and the trash can. No, we didn't do trash can today. But somewhere in between there, I was like, wait a minute. And I went back 24 hours and each of the anomalies was significantly stronger, both on the Euro and the GFS. So all models seem to be pulling back on the troughing offshore. So I wrote a blog post based on this yesterday evening. I said, hey, could it be, a big wet spell coming? And I kind of
saw that
up a little bit,
got
all excited, like, okay, this could be it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now this may not be the beginning of something big, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Here's another example. I'm just using the Euro AI run as an example. It's lower resolution, but this is the current look. This was from, the midday Euro AI run. So 1/2 inch or so of rain here, 3/4 inch. Look at what it was showing 24 hours ago.
Oh, yeah. Really
it was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So different.
And in fact, I believe the runs just before this were even wetter. 15 inches of rain up on Vancouver Island. Now it says 5.
Dang.
So it's possible we're seeing a big back off of the models on maybe a wet spell next week. One more reason, if you see something come through your Facebook feed and it's some person saying, big, bold text, the wet season arrives in the Pacific Northwest next week. It's all over. That may not be the case because they looked at one run and saw it and then made a bunch of money off that one post.
Yeah.
There you go. They're working you, folks, and not just in the weather.
Full of clicks.
So this is the Euro Ensemble, just the regular, not the AI version. I like to show this each time if it's applicable. And sure enough, 24-hour precip chance. The next each of the ensemble members, each ensemble member is one horizontal line. The next 16 days, left to right. Left is now, right is 16 days out. Got the weekend highlighted below each weekend, the next 2 weekends. And yeah, pretty solid agreement, except, there's one little sad member.
There's one holding on to hope that it won't rain on us 2 Sunday mornings in a row. Wow.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
And you see the ensemble average is what, 1/3 of an inch?
Yeah.
So we should at least get some rain on Sunday. And I have this little, I explained this last week, but the little black dashed line, it's amazing. The timing is very similar to last week. Camila, do you remember? It seems like we just talked about this.
Yeah.
Because we just did 4 or 5 days ago.
Exactly.
This is set at midday Monday, so 11 a.m. Monday. So this would be 24-hour precip ending at 11 a.m. Monday. A lot of them are done by 11 a.m. Monday, which means it didn't rain beyond 24 hours previous to that.
Right.
Did I make that far too complicated?
Maybe a little bit more than I need.
Could you word that better? Could you plug that into ChatGPT and word it better for me?
So it's giving you the numbers you're seeing is the 24-hour QPF. So you have to work backwards from that time. So if you're seeing zeros and you have that pretty much at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Monday, yep. If you're seeing zeros.
Yeah, that means that at 11 a.m. Sunday, it has stopped.
That was much better.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the big question on Sunday so far, I mean, for most people, would be like, can we salvage the afternoon Sunday? Possibly. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Each model is a bit different. I noticed the GFS was a little faster on the precip, but GFS. And then you do see we're seeing few. Yeah. Little dig there. Passive aggressive GFS talk. You do see, you go all the way through I can't see the bottom here, Monday. You go all the way through next Friday. Only half the members have rain next Friday, right? About half.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday there were a lot more wet members in here. If you look at my blog post, I'm sure it looks wetter. So
that's
there
wild.
you go.
I mean, so much changes in a matter of like 4 or 5 days. Like it's kind of incredible.
It is.
Yes.
We can usually spot trends, but if they're all going to back off on troughing, then okay, I guess maybe we're not heading into a first little kind of hint of the wet season.
Yeah.
All right, I've been blabbing a lot. And it's time for me to take a break and shut my mouth, at least for 10 seconds.
That's
Who's doing this one? Term of the week. Here we go.
Oh,
yeah. I had fun with this one.
Did you come up with this one, Payton?
I did.
Cool.
Because
I haven't seen it.
I am working on a certificate myself. So I've had to dive back into things I learned in school. And one of those, I was like, what does radar stand for again? So it kind of came to mind. Radio detection and ranging, if you were ever wondering. And that's our term of the week is radar. And I liked this description. This is from the National Weather Service, I think in Florida, somewhere in Florida. It said, imagine a beam of energy called radio waves emitted from an antenna. As they strike objects in the atmosphere, the energy is scattered in all directions with some of the energy reflected back to the radar. So there's that little GIF, whatever the kids call it nowadays.
We debate that every day.
We do. We just call it GIF. It's easier.
GIF, just do both.
I like that.
It's easier that way. So yeah, basically if it's a bigger object, it's going to create more energy back to the radar. It also allows us the ability to see raindrops, hail, snow. And if it takes a long time for that beam to get back, then we know that the object is far away. So we know the rain is far away from the source of the radar. And radar has been used since the 1940s, which is really cool. I have a lot more, so keep going, Mark. There you go. Okay, I love this photo from the National Weather Service Portland. It got a lot of uproar because they were painting our Doppler radar, which you can see lovely there. But they're painting it green, I think. Unless they're painting it gray.
Been green. I believe it's been green.
Well, then are they painting it gray now?
Well, I think did they do a new radome so it starts, with primer color, then they have to paint it again?
Oh. Maybe.
I believe that one was always green because
fresher.
it's up in the forest. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The green looks fresher. Whatever it is now all solid colors, but in the middle, I think they ran out of paint or something happened. So it looked like this for a couple weeks, and everyone was thinking it was a soccer ball, which it could be.
It does kind of look like that. I actually kind of like the two colors.
I know, me too. Well, it doesn't look like this, sadly, anymore. But yeah, I grabbed a screenshot from our local radar on our Max machines here, and you can see it's a kind of sandwiched between Scappoose and Banks. So up kind of toward
Dixie Mountain.
Thank you, Dixie Mountain. So this is where I need Mark's insight.
Because I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I was like, I got to go see this radar, and I drove by. I can't remember if you could see it. Dixie Mountain Road goes right beside it. So, and their home's relatively close.
Yeah.
Not enough to get, radiated or whatever the word is. But so it's not a totally desolate area, but it's up there at about, I think, 1,400 feet. So keep that in mind that the beam starts at 1,400 feet and goes up from there.
And there's really so much we can dive into with radar. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, and then maybe other terms of the week we could talk about reflectivity or the cone of silence. That's always a cool area, a thing to talk about. But this is kind of the basics. There's two modes that the radar uses, a clear air mode and then a precipitation mode. So the clear air mode is anytime there's really nothing going on, or maybe at nighttime, sometimes it switches to clear air mode. And that's when images are updated every 10 minutes. So the radar really takes its time, and it's rotating a little slower, which means that the data has higher quality. You can actually get a little bit more high res. Precipitation mode is lower resolution, but we can get images updated for every 4 to 6 minutes, which is great, especially in severe situations. And this is why sometimes tornadoes locally can go fully undetected on radar, because they truly don't live more than 4 minutes. And maybe they only live 2 minutes.
That's right.
So you could miss them all together in the scan.
And that is, and that's why some stations especially back east, not really in the west, get their own radars, because severe weather frequently happens there.
Yeah. And you are quite literally watching for every scan when that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. And then this is fun. They're called roost rings. And we talk about this a lot, at nighttime, especially once it hits about 8 o'clock. But we get this kind of fuzzy looking debris on our radar if you look at it. And, that's usually when birds or bats take flight. Sometimes it can even be bugs, just depending on what it is, at nighttime or in the early morning. And yeah, just looks a little more pixelated. You can usually tell the difference because rain itself will be solid and kind of usually a more solid shade of green, where this is very,
fuzzy
all
looking.
over the place.
Yeah.
Looks like noise.
Usually looks fuzzy for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We get that a lot, I noticed, here in the evenings.
We get, and we get you'll see in general, I've had people ask, how can you detect that on radar? But think of the chest of a duck or a goose.
Yeah.
And smaller birds too, but that's a lot of reflectivity hitting the chest or part of a large bird like that that's maybe migrating south or migrating north. And so that's it. Only at one of the weather conferences, I think they said that it would only take like 2 geese in each pixel. I don't know, what is that, 0.6 kilometer or whatever, to activate that and put a speck on the map on the radar screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Sensitive.
Yeah, and also, this thing detects raindrops, tiny little raindrops.
Exactly.
So it's sensitive.
Yeah.
And
And other biologics, insects too.
Yeah. Okay, here's my plug.
Here we go.
I even screenshotted my phone.
Nice.
Really got into this. There's nothing going on today, obviously, but if you want to look at radar, we have a very free version for you right there.
We sure do.
It's on our Fox 12 Weather app, and you can download it for free in your app store. Very easy. Not only is there radar, we update this forecast all hours of the day. We have special videos we post on there, and obviously making sure you're informed even on our web stories. And you can even live stream, which is cool, on our Fox 12 News app. So
one advantage of our app also is when we do push alerts. So like when I finish a blog post or when this podcast comes out, you get the alert. You don't have to go look for it once a day and say, I wonder if they produced a whatever blog post, podcast, or just a new video. You get it on your phone, and you can have them silent too. So most of those actually we send out silent so they don't bug you in the middle of the night.
Right. We don't want to annoy you.
We do not want to annoy you because we don't like being annoyed by apps either.
Yeah. Okay, this could be a discussion.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
First, I want to say all of these graphics were in our super old look. Or like we even had like the 2017 ground coming up, and I was like, "What is this?"
Wow.
3D,
so I had,
yeah.
Yeah, I had to grayify it all. So when we say that,
Gray is our
it's
company.
our look.
Yeah,
it's
that's
our
our
look.
company.
Yes.
Yeah, gray.
Yes. It's our fancy word for zhuzhing it up to our now modern looks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, also to find the screenshots for these books, so I'm not quite sure if that's allowed, but I tried.
I think that's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, there's two types of almanacs. You might not know this. Actually, Mark, I did not know this until you told me.
I didn't know there were two either.
Yeah,
well, there sure are.
There's the old Farmer's Almanac and just the regular Farmer's Almanac.
With the apostrophe. Notice the apostrophe placement, too.
That bothers me. But anyway.
So these they've been competing for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So this goes way back to like New England in the 1800s.
So it's
Crazy, huh?
one old farmer versus multiple modern day farmers based on the apostrophes.
Modern because they were 20 years newer, but they're still from 1818.
Yeah.
This is still 4 years before the Civil War. Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, so
wasn't there a president involved in one of these?
A what?
A president? Was it Jefferson? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Involved in like developing them?
Yeah, I know Jefferson.
I don't know.
Was Jefferson really into the weather?
Before we get into the performance of them, terrible. I should point out I've had the Farmer's Almanac in the past and being kind of a, I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere and have a garden. There's actually really good, interesting stuff in there, like the fishing and the planting calendars. Look at that, natural remedies and hacks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Lunar calendars. Oh yeah, you know what? Wait a minute. I totally forgot. Before we had the widespread internet, we would use that to get our sunrises, sunsets, and lunar, like moonrise, moonset times in the weather business. Yeah, we'd have to go look at that. We'd use that often because there was you couldn't just look it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. But weather.
Okay, we did a report card for each of them. This one has a little more detail. The other one, just the Farmer's Almanac. Not so much. But okay, let's talk about the old one.
The old farmer. What's he got to say?
Guys.
There's a picture of him right there on the front. Yeah. See him?
Yeah.
Wait, is that a president on the front? Hold on. I
is that Franklin?
George, I literally looked it up. It might be Benjamin Franklin. That's not a president.
On the left?
George Washington was president when the first edition was published, it says.
Wow, it's that old.
But Abraham Lincoln used it.
Benjamin Franklin and Robert Thomas.
That could be Franklin on the left there. See the little picture?
Yeah, that's right. That looks like
a lot of guys probably look like that back then, like dudes with beards nowadays kind of look the same.
Powdered wigs.
And the wigs. Mm-hmm. I don't see a wig though, but yeah.
The portraits. Okay, anyway, we looked at 2009 through 2013 and checked out a little accuracy score for temperature and rain. Temperature forecast accuracy, 28%. Yikes. You have a better chance flipping a coin. Mm-hmm. And then rain forecast accuracy is 50-50. But in summary, not good.
If you've never looked at one of these, Camilla, have you ever actually looked at one?
I don't know if I have.
I have a page that shows our forecast for this year.
Is that coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can talk more. Okay, continue.
No, yeah, it's okay. We'll do this one. This one doesn't have much information. All I know is the Farmer's Almanac with the weird apostrophe primarily relies on solar activity cycles and the motion of the moon.
Oh, God.
Two things I don't ever look at on a day-to-day basis, but you go, girl.
Could you even... What? Like, explain the science as to how that can even be used. I mean, tides, I guess, but like, what else?
I know one of these. I think it's the other one. I have a feeling it's this one. Says they have like a time-honored secret formula that is, sealed in a vault somewhere that they pull out every year.
That's the second one.
Oh, it is this one.
That's this one.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, that one's 52% according to the University of Illinois from 2010.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay, so here's the Old Farmer's Almanac forecast for this winter.
Wait, before we get into this year.
Yes.
And I just so people know, and this is what people refer to a lot. I'll get emails, not as much anymore, but if you look through the current almanac for any year, it'll say Pacific Northwest, December 1st through the 5th, a mild period turning very wet on the 5th. And then it'll say like very snowy on the 15th through the 16th.
It's that specific?
Yeah, it's very specific. So what will happen is somebody, like I said, I don't think it's happening much anymore because now these are even harder to find. I mean, let's be honest, it's people my age or older that might be interested. Younger, my kids don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So people would email me and say, hey, the Farmer's Almanac, they got it right. They said it would snow on December 3rd. And sure enough, we had some in the West Hills. Meanwhile, you know, it said mild and dry a week later and it snowed more a week later. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
It'll get it right once and people will be like, oh, it was right.
Right. And ignore everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the groundhog is more accurate than some of these folks,
that's
actually.
Bad.
So that's pretty bad. Anyway, the old Farmer's Almanac says mild and dry winter for the western half of Oregon and Washington, and then mild and wet for the eastern side. Pretty vague, if you ask me.
I assume that's relative to normal.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's normal.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. Cold and snowy though for the Mid-Atlantic, so we'll see.
Only if you're on that in the white area, not in the blue area.
Mm-hmm.
No, just cold and dry. That's so. Why is it so specific?
We should get someone on the podcast to interview someone who's involved in this super secret formula. Would love to.
This is the one with the formula, and this one's a little more vague. It seems like chilly and wet. So. Maybe a little colder and wetter than the last one said. I don't know.
That's every winter.
It's like different adjectives that kind of mean the same thing.
Chill, snow, repeat. What's going on there?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I'm just confused by the. Okay.
Branding. Yeah.
Chill, snow, repeat. Okay. Put it on
These
a
are
t-shirt.
hucksters. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
These things can run you back about $15.
They're $15 nowadays, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember when they were, actually, I don't know what they were 30 years ago, but I bet they were like $5.
$1.05.
2 bits, $1 and 2 bits.
Yeah.
I just had to say that.
2 pennies. You know what? Basically, in summary, don't trust the almanac or the groundhog.
Yeah.
It has great material otherwise.
Yes.
Just forget the weather part.
For entertainment, they're fun. Sure, they'll get some clicks.
Yep.
That's it. Okay, we got some beer photos to wrap her up.
Nice.
You can speak on this, Mark, because you
I
were
was
working when it happened.
Because I've been working so much lately.
Yeah.
I have half of next week off, so don't feel badly for me.
Nice.
So this is the aurora spotted on Sunday. Nice. You see the pillars there. This is from Eric. And this, I believe, well, somewhere west of the Cascades, because look at the trees, look like the wet. I don't know where this was.
There was no location, so.
Yeah, but yeah, beautiful there. Probably wasn't. Photos always capture it a little bit better, the northern lights, than the human eye. Probably because the exposure, is a little longer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They work a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, sunset.
Pretty. Sunset in Malala. This was submitted on the 13th from Christian Saint. I thought it was lovely.
Wow.
We haven't had much weather to talk about, so,
Yeah.
I feel like I recognize that road, like I've ridden on that road before. Huh.
You probably have, because if you do 150 miles every day of your life, Camilla, you've probably covered the entire Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington region.
But I do love riding through that region. There's some nice country roads out there.
In Malala?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another one, Manzanita.
What?
Which I love.
Ryan was in town?
Okay, oh my
You
God.
know this
This is
person?
why I include this last. So it's like Ryan Reynolds. I love his work.
Yeah. Loves our work too, clearly, submitting us photos.
Yeah. Now, I don't know which Ryan Reynolds this is, and probably it's not the Ryan Reynolds.
What if it's the real one? Sorry, Ryan, we love you too if you're not the real one.
Sorry. We love all Ryan Reynolds here, so.
If you'll watch us, we love you.
We do.
Manzanita, so this is Manzanita. Oh, yeah, that's pretty there. Look how I love how the cliff is right there.
Some driftwood, some rocks.
No, how would I submit a picture if I have an amazing rainbow picture in the gorge, Payton or Camilla? What would I do? How would I get it to us?
Oh boy, it's so easy, Mark. All you got to do is open up that Fox 12 weather app, and there's a literal button that says submit photos. It's great.
That's right, Camilla. And you need to get the app if you don't have it.
People are like skipping to the end of the podcast because it sounds like an ad.
Oh my God, they're like, shut up. No, but really, it makes it very easy.
Can you guess who had a digital meeting this week? Okay, There we go.
We did.
Well, that was fun.
That is all, folks.
Nice. Very
That's all
cool.
we have? Is that all she wrote? Where are we at here? I think we came in under time. Yeah, we did today.
Pretty good.
Do we have anything else to discuss? So I guess the big picture is warm and dry, a day of rain, and much of next week could be warm and dry. And maybe.
Nice.
Yeah. Something to watch for sure.
Well, any gossip?
We have a big company meeting tomorrow. Are you going to come, Camilla?
I am heavily considering it.
We need to discuss that. We have to discuss which shows you do tomorrow because I have a meeting.
Was that a thing too?
It could be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So,
Mark, is your anniversary next week or something?
That's right.
Good memory.
Actually, that's a fun little one. So a little behind the scenes stuff. So we are out in Beaverton on Greenbrier Parkway. And this building was built around 1999 for KPTX TV because it was channel 49 because they were starting their own newscasts. And a coin for about 10 years had been producing the 10 o'clock newscast at the time, the Fox News at 10. I'm making the story too long. So I'm getting in the weeds. I'm trying to get out of the weeds now. Big message is, so in late September of 2000, so 25 years ago, like this week, we started a news operation here, and I was one of the new people. And there were suddenly like 25 of us working. Most of us were really young. Funny how that works in the news business, like Peyton's age. And it was I remember all of us running around with our little yellow flip phones because we all got free phones. And that was actually my first phone I've ever had.
Wow. There you go.
A little yellow flip phone. And there are still 3 of us left. Jeff Robertson, who works on the assignment desk, me, and then Mary Price, who kind of runs the newsroom.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
And we're all 3 of us are 25 years older. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Cool.
Do you feel like it went by fast, Mark?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Because my son, it was about 3 weeks after we started here. That's when my son was born, and he's a little older than Peyton. So Peyton didn't exist basically when this.
Now
that seems like a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's a cool accomplishment. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, and so many stories. I'm trying to think of a proper one. Penguins. We've talked about the Penguins, right?
Yeah, the Penguins in the newsroom.
Wait.
No, in the studio, right?
The plastic one. The big plastic.
Yeah, we've told you about that, right?
Not the one behind you, the plastic one.
Up in the corners, above each of the doors, the emergency exits above.
Yeah, wait, tell that story because I don't remember what those were.
So apparently, when they had the groundbreaking for this building, they had like a luau theme, and they had like an ice sculpture, and then they also had, I guess, little plastic penguins. Like you put on your. I guess you wouldn't put them on your lawn, but like a nice little old lady might do. These little plastic penguins, maybe about 2 feet tall, 1.5 feet tall. And they're named George and Gracie, which I think is a vaudeville act from like the 1920s. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Or is it George Allen and Gracie Burns? Anyway, the point is they're named, and I think they might have the date on them. And the chief engineer at the time, he said, and he left about 10 years later, and I remember he told me at one point, he goes, and they were put in the studio just kind of hidden away up there. He said, "You're the keeper of the penguins. Make sure they stay here with the building because they were here at the groundbreaking."
Wow.
So if I ever leave, somebody else has to become the keeper of the penguins.
Yeah, otherwise the building will like spontaneously combust or something.
I mean, we hope not, but the penguins must stay.
So I'm confused by the luau theme with the ice sculptures and the penguins. That makes no sense.
I don't understand what the I'll have to ask. Maybe Mary was here. And Linda upstairs, Linda Johns.
We should bring it up. We should bring it up at the meeting to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Linda Johns. Make sure I ask her. Anyway, that's your little inside.
They're even
baseball.
Aware. Is anybody aware of this besides the
you have to look up? And I think I've had Ward, our newest news anchor. I think he said he looked up there and said, "Why are there penguins up there?"
Yeah.
No, I mean, does anybody know the anniversary is happening?
What anniversary?
Besides you and they said it was the 25th.
Yeah, it was the official date.
Because I think Pete Ferryman passed the 25-year anniversary within the last 2 years, and I think we get something. I think a little catalog shows up.
You get to pick your little prize.
Maybe like a coffee maker or
there's some good stuff in there. Or don't sleep on the cheap bamboo shoe organizer.
Is that what you got?
No,
for your 10-year anniversary?
That was the most random thing thrown in there amongst like luggage and these like kind of higher dollar items, and so that one made me laugh.
That's funny. Companies do that. I mean, it's really nice of the company to do that, but I'm curious to see what shows up.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking, here's the deal. I'm anticipating a really big bonus. So we already have the builder working on the in-ground pool.
Right.
So we're going to have a pool ready to go.
Oh, cool.
And so I better get that bonus now because that pool
Clark
is really expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it is late September. We're hoping to do a podcast next week. I think it will not involve me because I'm only working Monday and Tuesday. So you two better get your act together and figure out what you want to do next week. When you want to do it, maybe involve Katie. I don't do whatever you want.
Fair enough.
But thank you again for joining us. Thank you to you two as well. We've got to get back to work, and we will see you next time on the First Alert Weather Podcast.
Please tell us